Okay, so we've got some questions that our producer has so that we don't have to come up with them. I'm excited to see where she got these and what they ask.
And how embarrassing they
could be. So on that note, if they are, so I brought this from our house. These are called fluent pet buttons. And so if you train your dog to tap them, this usually says potty. So she'll go up to it, and when she needs to go potty, she can go potty. But this,
can I do that if I have to go to potty?
Yes, you can, except I have extra buttons at home. I'm happy to give you one. It usually says potty, but because our producer had me bring this in, I had it say
nope.
So if we don't want to answer a question, I guess we're just supposed to hit that button.
Okie dokie.
Good? Okay.
It sounds really good. It's nixed. It's censored.
It's good.
We won't do it.
Yeah, I won't. We won't answer. I'm going to ask the first question. I got to lean in. Can you push this over, Julie?
Oh.
Sorry. This is a funny one.
No.
But the only thing is I can only think of my partner. And her most embarrassing moments. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in public?
In public?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can think of
this
a lot
is a
of
good one.
things.
This is a good funny one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay, go.
In public.
Yeah.
So in public means around other people.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, God. Well, there were a few in childhood that I'm not going to talk about.
Okay, don't do that one.
Okay.
Don't do those. Don't do those.
But I've got another one.
Okay.
I've got another
Is it
one.
funny?
I don't know.
Okay.
It
Well,
was
I'll be the
horribly-
judge of that.
It's not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be embarrassing.
No, it's not
No,
necessarily.
they said it was embarrassing.
Mine's funny. I mean,
Well,
mine's
you do
embarrassing,
yours
but I can
first.
make mine funny.
No, you do yours
Okay, you
first.
ready? Okay, I was at a Best Buy. I went to a Best Buy in LA, where we also live, and on Los Feliz. So if anyone knows, shout out to the Los Feliz Best Buy. I went to the bathroom, and I put the protection pad down, and I come out of the bathroom. And,
no.
And then, because I always, my thing is, if I have to go to the bathroom and I'm going into a store, I want to go to the bathroom first, because then I don't
of
want to hold it,
course.
right? Like, I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't enjoy
exactly
myself, right?
You want to
Okay,
be
right.
able to
enjoy yourself.
comfortably walk up and down the
Exactly.
aisles without going,
Even if you know
I'm
I'm gonna
uncomfortable.
piss myself, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
I went to the bathroom, came out, got in line. I think I was doing a return. I don't know how it went. Anyways, I'm in the return line, and I go up to the counter, and then a woman comes up to me and says, I just want to let you know that you have like toilet paper or something hanging out of your pants. And I went, I do? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh. And I reached back, and I literally have like the protection pad, like just like
paper?
coming out of, like my underpants. Like somehow I like scooped up the thingy, and then
it stuck to your clothes.
and then stuck to my clothes. So as I put my pants on, and then I was like, thanks for letting me know. It was like, you have toilet paper.
Agony.
And then I
my
went
God,
back and I
that's
took
so
care of it.
terrible.
So that could
And
be really
that
embarrassing to somebody.
It wasn't embarrassing to you?
It just was. It was just what it was.
What?
I mean, I've had other things. I had one time where I didn't realize I had these jeans that I loved, and they had a rip in like the bottom near my butt.
Oh,
and
no.
I didn't realize that they had totally ripped. And I was at a store. I think I was like at a donut shop. It's a long story why I was there. And literally I was like, I felt like someone was staring at me. And then I remember getting in my car, and I think I went home and I took my pants off, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, it tore, like it was torn. I don't even know why. Like, I don't even know how I didn't know.
Oh no!
And then I have like embarrassing,
Must've been
humiliating.
drafty
I didn't notice. Okay, one that like really got me was, and I was trying to help someone, and it taught me never to be a good Samaritan. But that's
great.
what my core is. So I'll always be a good Samaritan.
Okay, good.
A woman was stuck. Like, her car. I don't know what happened to her car, but she was stuck in a turn lane or something, and and she had one of those cars where you hook the seatbelt in to the door. Remember those? Where you'd go like this, and then it would go, and it would move itself.
Oh, yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah.
She had it. Her car died. She couldn't get out.
Oh.
And so I don't even know how I knew this about this woman. So Hawthorne Boulevard, shout out Hawthorne Boulevard in Torrance.
Hawthorne Boulevard in
Torrance. You know that?
Wait, I have to say something.
Okay,
My
please.
oldest brother
yes.
and his family lived off of Hawthorne.
No.
Yes. Off
In
of
Torrance?
Hawthorne.
Or where?
In Torrance. Eventually
crazy.
Redondo Beach. But I used to drive
Okay, you know near
up
the
and down
Galleria?
Hawthorne.
You know where the big
Yes,
Galleria? Okay,
I know
it
where
was
the Galleria
right,
is.
It was right in
Totally
front of the
the
Galleria.
shopping mall.
Yes, it's
Huge
terrible
shopping
now.
mall.
It's not. It's like Ixnay now.
It
It's not
was
good
really
anymore.
not
Now
good?
Delam was the big mall, but
Oh.
so the lady. So I don't know. Again, I have no idea like how I knew she was stuck or why I wanted to help. I got out of my car. I start running. There's not cars yet coming, and I start running, and I trip,
Oh,
and
God.
I
That's scary.
I totally trip. I break open my pants again. Not in the
With
back
these
though.
pants? Look at these pants.
know, look at the pants
She's
I've got.
buying pants now that are already pre-torn.
They're pre-torn.
So
They're pre-torn.
Help me
It's smart. It's
understand
smarter.
this fad.
It's
I
smarter.
don't get it.
It's smarter. And
Is
then
it?
and then it tore my pants tore, and then I think they tore somewhere else too. And as I'm laying in the middle of Hawthorne Boulevard,
She comes to rescue you.
I know. No.
No?
No, this lady was never mind.
Oh.
I was laying there, and as I'm laying there, I look to my left, and there is an onslaught of oncoming cars coming towards me. And I'm literally like,
Oh my
on
God.
Hawthorne Boulevard.
Oh no, it's
splayed
a
on
huge
Hawthorne-
street, people.
It
It's
is.
a
It's huge.
huge
It's
street.
huge.
And people drive really
fast. And so I have to I get up, and I finally get to the
ow.
island, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I can't get out." And I'm like, "I know." I said, "Can you?" She's like, I was I forget what happened, but I was trying to help her. And she was so difficult about it. I
She
was like,
was?
call 911 or call someone to get you out.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe I didn't have a cell phone. I don't remember. But she was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And I was like,
Why not?
I'm trying to help you. Like, I was like, "Can you do this?" And then I think I ended up giving up because she didn't want to help herself. And so
Wow.
I remember walking back across Hawthorne Boulevard and being like, did I do that? I was like, I'll never be a good Samaritan again.
Wow.
So, but that was embarrassing because I had fallen. I literally had fallen. And then I got home and I was bleeding. My leg was bleeding.
Oh, honey bunny.
I know. Anyways.
That
all right.
sounds terrible.
My there we go.
What?
There we go. My sound went off.
Oh.
All right.
That sounds really awful.
Okay. I know.
I mean, that
Anyways.
sounds like terrifying. I don't know if I'd be
It was fine.
embarrassed.
Nah. Yeah, it was
Really?
terrifying. But embarrassing in the sense of that I felt like
I mean, did the car
duped
stop?
in a way. Oh yeah.
You
Well,
felt
no,
duped.
I got up in time.
Oh.
But to this day, there's times when I go, should I go help that person? Should I go help that person?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to
God.
question it.
You were really traumatized. by
Yeah.
it.
A
Well,
little bit.
I would be really traumatized if I had a slew, 6 lanes of cars rushing
Coming towards
me,
you.
going 70
I
miles an hour
know.
because, after all, it is Los Angeles.
It is.
And, oh my God, I'd be
know,
so scared.
It was scared. It was
Ah.
scary. It was scary. It was scary.
God.
Okay, I want you to go. Okay, you
You
tell me.
want me to go?
I want to know about an embarrassing moment.
Why? Okay, all right.
Yeah, because
okay.
you have to go.
Okay, I'll go.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? in public?
Well, I'm not going to say the
most? Okay,
embarrassing
that's fair.
thing because it's too. Ugh,
Okay,
God,
that's fair.
It's combined with some other awful stuff.
Ugh.
But. Okay, so here's a great embarrassing moment I had.
Okay.
So imagine being in menopause, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Hot flashes, incredible hot flashes. Right. And this was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years into menopause, and I was still having horrible hot flashes. Okay, so I'm giving a talk to the American Counselors Association. And they're I don't know, maybe 800 people in the audience or something. And there I am. Oh, God. This was so awful. So I'm giving a very serious talk about couples therapy and how difficult it is and how you have to really, just really be strong in helping your clients and blah blah blah. So all of a sudden, in front of everybody, I have this enormous hot flash. And the thing that really kills me is the drips between your nose and your mouth. All the drips that kind of look like, you guessed it, snot. And so there's all this dripping and dripping and dripping. And my beautiful, nice silk jacket starts to get sweat spots. Jesus Christ. And so I think, okay, my face is soaking wet. I'm dripping. I must look absolutely ridiculous. Thank God I had on waterproof makeup, which I started to wear back then. But the drips, I mean, oh God, they were just like pouring off me. And I felt so friggin' stupid. And I wasn't cool enough myself yet to just say, oops, it's one of those hot flashes. I didn't do that. So here's what I did instead. I made up a story. So I improvised right in the middle of the talk. And I said something like, okay, so I had this client who was really contemptuous and horrible and angry. And finally, when he finally walked out the door, I went, oh, phew, so glad he's gone. And I'm wiping my forehead.
That's really smart.
Phew, oh, God, oh. And I'm putting my hand all over my face and going, phew. And I'm wiping the sweat off as part of the story.
That's brilliant, though.
It was horrible.
That's brilliant.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
that's like
I was so
thinking on
scared.
top of, like, on your feet.
I'm good at thinking on my feet.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's
good
great.
at thinking on my feet. I'm not good at thinking when I'm standing on my head, but I'm good at thinking on my feet.
You said I wasn't cool enough to think that I could just say, I'm having a moment. I'm having a hot flash, or it's like so.
I could have said,
of course, But isn't that crazy?
Isn't
it crazy though that like there's times in our lives where we go, I can't say that. I can't just say what's happening for me. You know what I mean?
I
like,
can't.
No
be
one's going to
real
relate.
in front of
Exactly. I
everybody.
can't be
Oh, my
relatable.
God.
Right.
How
Exactly.
could I possibly be real? I know. It was early. It was in the early days of going public.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I always used to stay in the shadows, and John was so good at giving talks and being funny and giving great stories and stuff. And I thought I was terrible at it. And so I stayed in the shadows, just stayed in the shadows. And finally, the wonderful partner we had in the Institute at the time, named Aitana Kunovsky, I'm calling you out. You were so fantastic. There you were. She inserted her foot in my back and pushed me out onto the stage and said, "You've got to talk. Come on, get out there." And so I was really terrible at first, but then I got better.
Yeah.
Except when I had menopause.
Right. Sure. But even then you were great. It's just you were dealing with the
total
symptoms.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't we all need, that's great that you had a friend who was just like, come on.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
But in those days, I mean, we're talking about, I don't know, the late 90s or something.
know.
And people really, I don't know, women were really kind of self-conscious about talking about menopause.
Yeah.
Nobody talked about menopause.
Yeah.
Right?
People still
Except
don't talk
with
about
their
it.
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better now.
It's better. It's not great, but it's
not
better.
Great.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it isn't, huh?
No.
It's still not great?
No, it's still not great.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's such a part of life for
Right.
women. I mean, hopefully you live that long.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, man, this is just normal. Accept it, you public out there. So, yeah. That's interesting. I thought it had gotten a whole lot better.
No.
Really?
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
I'm
shoot.
postmenopausal already. And people, I'll talk to friends about it, and we all say, we're like, well, because no one ever talks about it. So like you'll have a symptom, you'll have like something weird happening, and you'll go, and a friend might say, well, that's probably menopause or because you're post, whatever, symptom menopause, and someone will go, yeah, I have that weird thing happening, and no one could figure out. I had this thing where, okay, like for instance, I had this thing where I had it almost felt like a frozen shoulder. It was the weirdest thing.
No, that's horrible.
But I had no reason why I would have it.
So
like
painful.
I wasn't doing anything
There is
to do
no
it.
reason for frozen shoulder.
Well, but then the thing is, I had it and then it went away. And I had a friend who had the same thing happen. And then I talked to someone else who was like, yeah, I have this thing. And I was like, my friend thinks it's actually menopause. And she talked to numerous friends that also had it or was having it.
Wow.
And they were also in menopause.
You're kidding.
So
okay, I vote menopause.
Yeah,
that's what it
but
was.
I think a lot of we all experience it differently, and
this is true.
So yeah, but anyways, that's another topic.
Another topic.
All right, so we do another question.
How do you express creativity in your everyday life?
I consider myself a creative person, period. So
right.
I don't necessarily do it every day in my life. Yeah, unless I'm maybe working or I am specifically creating something or I am a creator. Yeah, I think that's it. What about you? What in your everyday life?
Okay, so when I meet, I'm a color fanatic. I'm extra sensitive to color. I used to paint portraits and stuff, and I love color, and I'm like hypersensitive to different values of color. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll be sitting with somebody and talking to them, and while I'm doing it, I'm redesigning their wardrobe and their hairdo.
Whoa. Wow. Have you done that to me?
A little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I want to know what that looks like.
Okay, I'll tell you what it looks like.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, so your hair does not need to change because you have the most beautiful hair in the world. You have the hair. Yes, you do. Okay. Yes, you do. Especially with the kind of auburn streaks in it.
Right.
And
the
stuff.
color. Right.
The color and
that's
the
been put
length and the waves and stuff. Oh, God, you have beautiful hair. Okay, now, clothing. I would clothe you in different colors.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so coral.
I know. Coral?
Yep, coral. You know what color coral is?
Yeah, I know what color coral is.
Okay. So I'd put you in coral.
Okay.
And I'd put you in turquoise.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That would be so beautiful. Okay. And I might put you in emerald green.
Okay.
Emerald green would
be that's a good color on me.
That would be great. And the styles would be flowing.
Flowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flowing.
Okay.
Like just really graceful flowing.
Okay. Okay, one day I'm going to allow you.
I'm going to shop for you. Do you know that every single human being that I give presents to, I usually buy clothes for them?
Really?
And they usually like the clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't that interesting?
All right, I'm open.
It's not really interesting.
I mean, that would be a fun.
Boring,
that would be a fun episode.
Yeah. Let's design each other.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was going to say.
Okay. So how would you redesign me, my darling?
I don't know.
You better be my friend here.
Oh yeah, I am your friend. What do you mean?
Good. Okay.
Like say nice things?
No, don't say nice things.
What do you mean? Like be your friend?
Don't put me in pale pink.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I mean,
okay.
This color is really pretty on you.
This color I love.
I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit around and compliment each other.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what I would. I like what you have on.
I know
perfect.
No, hardly.
No. But I've seen a lot of your like sweaters and things like that are really pretty.
Yeah. I'm good with color.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm more like I'd have to go try this on. That's what I would be like. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I used to do that, I used to have like this not weird. I used to have a business. It was called, what was it called?
True confession.
It was called, God, I can't remember what it was called. It was a really good name.
Dress Your Friend.
No, but I would I loved styling men. Ready?
Yes,
This is what
I'm
my
ready.
business was called.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Image Evolution. I just remembered what it was called. Isn't that amazing?
That's so
So
oh my God.
dorky. But also at the same time, it was called
it's
Image Evolution.
Image
Evolution. Yes, and I remember
that's
the
fantastic.
the business cards I had. It was
That's
like a
so
man and a
great.
woman.
Yeah.
Like lines. Just what is that called?
Outlines,
Outlines. Thank
silhouettes.
you. Silhouettes of a
Yeah.
man and a woman.
Yeah.
And it was said Image Evolution.
Wow,
And I think I
love
actually
that.
made them so they had like the what is it called?
Perforated.
Perforated. You had to rip off the business card part. Like I did.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
too
yeah,
cheap
yeah,
to have
yeah,
them
yeah.
printed.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Right. Yeah,
I just
the little
you could
strips
yeah,
at
it
the
was just
bottom,
like
and you
and
rip
just
them
rip
off, and it's a phone
and it was
number.
no, it wasn't that. It was an
No?
actual business card.
Oh,
but
a business
you just
card.
made them at home.
Oh.
You could just copy a bunch, and then
Okay.
you just rip your business card out of the perforated piece of paper. Anyways, here's the
Image
main thing that
evolution.
I learned about men. They always wear clothes that are too big for them.
They do?
Yeah, they always do. And so because they think it makes them look bigger. Like especially if they're a smaller man.
Okay.
But the thing is you need to shop have it fit because that actually makes you look bigger.
What a concept.
I know. But we've had to dress my dad. We've had to help him. Yeah. My mom has good fashion sense. But yeah, my dad. And he's always just like, well, whatever you tell me to wear. So he'll just do it.
That's
Yeah.
what John has learned over the years.
Just listen to us.
Yeah,
Just listen
that's
to the
right.
women in your life.
Listen to the
Yeah.
women.
Hey, Julie and Ellen. My question is, how do you define happiness and what brings you the most joy? Well, my answer is kisses from my daughter Jade and my dogs after a long, hard day.
Ooh, man, is that a nice question? Okay, so how do I define happiness? I equate it to bubbles inside me.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So when I'm
very
really,
visual.
when I'm really happy, these bubbles start kind of in my solar plexus, and they kind of rise up and they fill me. And I'm so full of bubbles that I'm just going to float up into the air like a balloon. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So that is at least how I experience happiness, and I think a lot of people experience it in different ways, but that's how I experience it. Okay. And mind you, I need to say this, that when people say, I just want to be happy, well, nobody's happy all the time, ever, ever, ever. So I feel really lucky if I'm happy maybe once a day. That's pretty good. So that's that.
What brings you the most joy?
Oh, what brings me
Yeah.
the most joy? Wow. One of my most joyous moments in the whole universe was taking a group of women to base camp when I was almost 50 for my 50th birthday. And then at base camp, I decided, no, I want to go a little higher. So we went another 1,000 feet up. Well, no, not we. There were like 3 of us who went another 1,000 feet up to 18.6. And oh my God, was I joyous. I was so friggin' joyous. I think I was probably high on shortage of oxygen, of course. So combined with the bubbles, I just rose to the summit.
That would have been easier.
Oh my
Just
God.
float up to the
so
summit.
much easier,
Right.
with a nice oxygen tank
Right.
or something, but I didn't have any oxygen. It was complete, utter joy. So happy to have made it up there. That was a goal that I worked towards for like a year and a half.
Wow.
Training up and down the stairs, up and down, up and down. So it was really, really a great moment. Okay, I got to reverse the question for you, my friend.
Okay.
How do you define happiness and your joyous moments?
I think it's easier for me to go like when something's not stressful or if I don't have anxiety, then I feel happy.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't.
That's terrible.
Well, I mean,
oh, geez. Really? So
but
you
I
must
don't
be stressed and anxious all the time.
No, but that's the thing. I
What?
think that I'm not.
Okay.
I can, depending on what the circumstance may be. I think for the most part, I'm happy. My partner and I talk about this a lot. Like she'll go, "Are you happy?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm happy." You know, like I can look around and go, you know, we have a place to live. We have, you know, food. We have our families. They're all healthy, knock on wood.
Yep.
We have a new puppy. You know, I mean, really grateful, like gratitude, I guess, too. You know, just
that's
happiness.
cool.
So
That's cool. Yeah.
what's brought me the most joy? What brings me the most joy? I think when things feel good, when things feel, I guess, in place, it kind of is in alignment with happiness. I'm thinking like, are there specific moments in my life that have brought me the most joy, have brought me a lot of joy? Sure. You know, accomplishments in my work, you know, as an actor, moments where I feel that I've connected with someone that brings me joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's fabulous.
yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think if I had ever had a child, that would have been would have brought me. I would
You
have said.
do have a child.
Yeah, I do have a puppy.
Clara the puppy.
Clara the Doodle. Yeah, she does she brings us a lot of joy. So she's a sweethart. Yeah.
Little
Yeah. So
puppy.
that's
That's really cool.
that's the question.